vertical line test. So let's look at the graph to see if we can define a function or not. So we know that we cannot we don't call function if we have if you have two or more outputs for a functions. So for example, it doesn't make sense to have like table like this 0, 1, 2, 1 and 5, 2, 3, 7 or something, right? So here for input 1 you have two outputs, which makes no sense, and we don't call that as a function. So can we tell that from the graph? So let's say we have something like this, right? That's a linear function. So for each input, for example here, if you have one number, whatever the number is, you have output, right? Let's say if this is 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2, right? Any points you take, you only have one input and you have one output, right? What if we have something like this, right? That's going to be really weird, because let's say if you take, for example, 3, right? Let's say this is 3. And if you look at it, I have a point here which is going to have output, right? 3 and something. And then, but still, this is going to be 3 and something else actually, right? It's not going to be the same number. It's not going to be the same y coordinate. As a matter of fact, you have another point for 3, right? So this means that for this input 3, right, you have 3 different outputs. That's going to make no sense. So we call this a vertical line test. If you draw a vertical line to x coordinates, and if it hits more than once to the graph, then that doesn't define function. So if you have something like this, right, we don't call this function, because if you draw a vertical line right here, you're just going to have one input and one output. But if you draw a line somewhere over here, you're going to have more than one output, right? So you got 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have 3 output in this case. So we don't call this function. So by drawing the vertical line, right, you can check to see if and determine whether the graph is a function.